Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot feet. This is going to be with the Orly Fall collection for 2021. I got this in a subscription box from Orly. I've discovered that I'm addicted to nail polish, so it's easier just to pay for a subscription box and already get it. And we're going to be using the lovely kind of military green for this one. So went ahead, as always, base coat. Gonna use our top coat too, gonna use that green. And I went ahead and prepped my toes with that base coat. So you'll see I'm using that Orly Bonder base coat, the green, and then second dry will be our top coat today. And then the spritz dry, because I'm still obsessed with it. So those are going to be our colors for today. And this particular military green is Wild Willow. So we can see that there. Kind of foresty, camo green, vagueness there, whatever. But it had kind of military vibes for me, so that's what we ended up going with. So we're going to go ahead and start that off. I have already shaken this the first time, but as always, you want to kind of shake your nail polish if they've been sitting for a while. Mine all came in the same box, but I always just do a quick shake to prep them. Like always, we are going to do 2 coats of this color. You could still technically just do 1, but I like a bit more opaque colors. I like them to be really bold, really deep, like no evidence of my toenail underneath. So that's what I'm gonna do, but you can see here you've still got pretty good coverage at that 1 coat. And this one is also a little on the thinner side compared to what I'm used to, so be a little bit lighter with your touch, clean off your brush if you need to, those sorts of things. Not too big of a deal. Once you get used to it, it's not a problem at all. It's just one of those things I always forget until I use these colors. So we're going to go ahead and apply that to the other foot. And same sort of thing. So again, 2 coats for these guys. We will skip that one so that you guys don't have to watch me paint my nails for a whole 10 minutes. But this way you can at least see kind of what that look is, what I'm going for with this. So I went ahead and did that. This color, at the beginning of the pedicure, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So like while I was painting my nails, I was kind of thinking, what sort of nail art do I want to do? What sort of other stuff do I want included in here? Like, how are we going to make this pop? And typically, if you love these kind of greeny military colors, you can leave it with just that color. I, however, have kind of been missing some nail art, as well as with these particular tones, I really like to add just a little bit of extra pop to them. So that's also why I did some nail art with these. I'm gonna go ahead, clean up any mistakes. Still using my regular fingernail, but you could also use cleanup brush, cuticle stick, toothpick, whatever works for you. So we're going to go ahead, apply that second coat. In just a second, we're going to jump forward in time, skip some of that, and then we'll go into what we ended up doing for the nail art. So we skipped in time. I'm going to go ahead and grab my black striper polish. So this one has a really long, thin brush to it. It's also super old, so you'll see the lid likes to stick. And it makes it super thick, so it's not the best to work with. But if you have any of these like super thin, long, stripedy brushes, those are the best for that, because what you can see for my stripes here, I honestly just have to lay that brush down. Like, very little movement right there, because it's going to have what I need. It's going to give me that length, clean, crisp stripes. And I have a white one of these that I use for like my French tips and stuff like that. but I also had to get it in black because I gotta have black. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some stripes, we're gonna do some yellow buttons or some dots for it, just to kind of give it more of a classical military dress uniform look to it. So I'm gonna use this one first, get this in here. This whole time I still don't have like an idea completely fleshed out. Sometimes I have ideas planned out, like we saw with my mocha frappuccino pedicure, but this one, no, I did not. I was just winging it. So I have that in there. This is also one of those, like, you could leave it at that and keep it right there, but I decided I wanted the gold. So I gotta reach over and figure out which of my golds I want. I did decide to keep this in here rather than editing it out, because I want you guys to see that full kind of idea process and not be scared of designing your own pedicures. So I found the gold that works best with that shade. I need to shake it up, so you'll see me do that real quick. This is one of my OPI golds that's from like a long since collection. I believe this one is the Gwen Stefani collection, like way back some Christmas, years and years and years ago, but it's an awesome gold. I'm also going to get just a random box and a brush. So right there I'm just going to dot out some of that nail polish. I'm going to use the end of my brush where it's rounded at the top and make my little dots from there. If you have a dotting tool, you can use that. I couldn't find mine. You can also use a toothpick. You could use a pen that you're not super fond of. Anything with kind of like a rounded tip to it will still do this. And you can always play with it to see what size dots it's going to create and how you want to kind of go forward. So I put 3 dots on the big toes. I'm going to do a single dot on the next toe, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a line through that one, just more dimension kind of a thing. And while I've got the striper brush out, I'm going to have decided to also do some stripes on that middle toe as well. So I'll have those first 3 toes with some art, and the other 2 can be blank, which is fine because usually once we get into those, they're a little bit tinier and it's harder to actually put any kind of art on them. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. So I've got my stripities there and my stripities on the other one as well. And you'll see the finished look in just a second. So this way we have some changes, some differences in those toes. We've got just a little bit more flash going on with that. Some sparkle from the gold just kind of makes that green super nice. Kind of brings out more of those tones. Gonna go ahead and top coat. You'll see that will happen. And then this is the completed look. So got my stripities, got my buttons, got my military green. Gonna zoom you guys in here so you can see that full thing. And since we're headed into fall, it's kind of a really nice look for that. Gonna use my spritz dry as well, because once I'm finished with my pedicures, I usually have to throw on some flip-flops and run out the door, get the rest of my errands done because it's Saturday. But either way, super nice, super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.